Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kim. Welcome back to Uncommonkim. So today I thought we would do something a little bit different. Now I saw Becca from Becca on the Books do something semi-similar to this using her Bookopoly board, except I'm going to be using my TBR jar to give you recommendations. I'll leave Becca's video linked down below. She basically went round her Bookopoly board, rolled the dice, see where it landed, and then gave you a recommendation for that prompt. I'm going to be doing the same, but randomly selecting prompts from my prompt jar and just giving you a recommendation for books I have read that I think fit this prompt really well. I'm going to do this for 5 books and we'll just see how we go. Book number 1. And we have a book featuring a dragon. Give me a second. Okay, so the book I'm going to recommend for this is The Undermining of Twyla and Frank by Megan Bannon. This is the second book in a series, the first book being The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. But in this one, we follow Twyla and Frank, and they both are basically fighting against this war. In a small town in Eternity, and while doing so they come across some dragons. And this is a really cute, cozy fantasy romance, romantasy, why don't I just say romantasy? But it is really cute, really cozy. Our main characters are older, so usually I find with fantasy romances that the characters typically are quite young, but these two are both like late 40s, mid 50s, which is quite fun and a bit different, I find. But the fantasy element in this is super cute and super cozy, and dragons. We do have dragons in this. They find dragons while out in their land, patrolling around. So it says equal parts cozy and spicy. There's delightful friends to lovers, fantasy rom-com. That's when Harry met Sally with dragons. I feel like it's a very, very good introduction to it. But this is a really cool Fairy Loot edition. I absolutely love this series. I give both books 4 stars. I really recommend it. The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy also is so cute, so I really do recommend them both. But for dragons, this is the one. Book number 2. And we've got a book off of my 24 books in 2024, and I know exactly what I'm going to choose for this, and it's right in front of me, and that is Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. I literally finished reading this yesterday, as I'm currently making a vlog where I read a few of my 24 books in 2024. And I loved this. I loved the characters, I loved the plot, I loved the world building. There was not a part of this I didn't enjoy. So in this we follow a group of characters, all kind of in different parts of the same, world, all on different islands basically. So one of the characters we follow is Lynn. Lynn is the Emperor's daughter, and she is training up to become the next emperor. Then we also follow Jovis, who is on the hunt for his wife who was taken from him, and he is travelling across the seas trying to find her. And then we also follow Sand, who we don't know an awful lot about throughout the entire book, but Sand is stuck on an island after she believes she has been taken from her homeland and is just been abandoned on this island. And then there's a few other characters we follow as well, but it is a whole load of fun. It is an epic fantasy, but it is so good. I really enjoyed myself with this one. This is kind of the first fantasy book I've read in a long time that's really got me back into my fantasy era, and I'm loving it. But it is literally one of the best fantasy worlds I have read from, I think, this year. I did only end up giving it 4 stars. Reason being, the main plot point, or the main plot twist, shall I say, I did guess. So unfortunately it did only get a 4-star from me, but it is a trilogy and I am very excited to read The Bone Shard Emperor next week, so hopefully it will improve as the series goes on. But yeah, absolutely loved my time with this and 1010% recommend it. Book number 3. And we have, oh, this is going to be hard. Actually, no, it's not. So we have a book with a pink cover. Let me have a look. Okay, so for this one I have gone for a romance, and I have gone for Flawless by Elsie Silver, which is the first book in, what is this series called? I can't remember. I can't remember what this series is called. But this is the first book in a series, basically, and this is the only one I've read in that series currently. But in this we follow Summer and Rhett. Summer basically works for her dad's business, and Rhett is a bull rider that is owned, kind of not owned, but like his boss is Summer's dad. Basically he has to clean up his image, and he is going to be stuck with his daughter, and his daughter is going to make sure he is on his best behaviour until then. But obviously this is a romance book, so they do end up falling for each other, and I must say there is crack in these pages. I freaking loved my time with this, and I read it in a day. It was such a good read. And I do really want to carry on with the series, but I just want to be in the right mood. And right now I'm not in my romance era right now. But I will carry on with that series at some point. But it is an absolute vibe. If you quite like spicy romance, this is spice. It is slightly slow burn until it's not. But it is very, very good. I really recommend this one. Book number 4. Go for this one. Ooh, okay. A book from a 5-star prediction video. I'm gonna have to look into this one, hold on. Okay, so it took me a little while because I have done, since starting my channel, I've done 2 5-star prediction videos. One back when I kind of started my channel, and one not that long ago. And the one from that long ago, I haven't read that many books from it. But my one from like back when I started, I've read pretty much all of them, which is surprising. So I have gone for City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I love this series with my whole freaking heart. So the way I describe this is Aladdin vibes, and Aladdin vibes is something I love in a book. I don't know why, but I just love it. And this is definitely Aladdin vibes with extra magic, and I freaking love it. So in the markets of 18th century Cairo, thieves, tricksters, con artists and outcasts eke out the living, swindling rich nobles and foreign invaders alike. But alongside this new world, the old stories linger. Tales of jinn and spirits, of cities hidden among the swirling sands of the desert, full of enchantment, desire and riches, where magic pours down every street, hanging in the air like dust. Many wish their lives could be filled with wonder, but not Nari. She knows the trades she uses to get by are just tricks and sleights of hand. There's nothing magical about her. She only wishes to one day leave Cairo. But as the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. I love this book, and if you haven't read the series, really give it a go, because I just think more people would love it than not. And it is a trilogy. They do get bigger as they go along. Kingdom of Copper is the best, which is book 2, because that ending broke my heart. But I love this series so much, and I really do recommend it to anyone and everyone that will listen. And it is just a fun fantasy series, to be fair. If you haven't tried fantasy before, you probably could start with this. Yes, it is big, and yes, it is intimidating, but you just get swooped into the land so easily that you can't help but continue reading. So if you're trying to get into fantasy, this is a very good place to start. I wouldn't call it epic fantasy, but it is good. But it is good. Okay, and the final one, book number 5. Go for this one. And we have, oh, easy. We have a favourite author. I could just recommend anyone. Here we go. Do you know what? Let's stick to what I'm good at and let's recommend the lady that I recommend every time I can. And that's Holly Jackson. So this is my Holly Jackson shelf here. So we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. We then have 5 Survive, and then we also have The Reappearance of Rachel Price. Reappearance of Rachel Price is the one I'm going to specifically talk about. This is her new release for 2024, where we follow a girl called Belle, who is 18 years old and lives with her dad. And basically when Belle was 2 years old, her mum, Rachel Price, went missing. They have searched and searched for years trying to find her, thinking that she's probably been kidnapped, all sorts. And then one day, after her dad has signed up to do a documentary on the disappearance of Rachel Price reappears. And it is the whole story of discovering what really happened to Rachel and the twists and turns along the way. Oh. This book had me in a freaking chokehold the entire time. I loved it. I love this book so much. I love the twist, I love the turns. It is YA, but Holly Jackson writes YA so freaking well, and especially YA mysteries. If you've never tried a YA mystery before, this is a very good place to start. If you don't want to start here, start here. But either or is a good place to start. This is a standalone, this is a trilogy, so either or is a good place to start. But I kind of say go with this, because if you like this, you're gonna love that. 5 Survivors are kind of a different kettle of fish. It's good, but it's not The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I'm actually really excited because Holly Jackson has announced she is doing another book next year, and I'm like, yes, I'm so excited for it. But I cannot wait to see what else this woman brings out. I absolutely loved this book. I love Good Girl's Guide to Murder, so if you ever need a book rec from me, this. This is my book recommendation to anyone and everyone that needs it. I love this book with my whole head and heart, and I do believe this might be my favourite book of 2024. I know, who is she? What is this? But there is 5 book recommendations using my TBR, wow, prompt jar. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you're going to read any of the books I have mentioned, or if you have already read them and what your thoughts were them in particular. Leave a knife emoji if you don't know what else to say, or just want to let me know you made it to the end of the video. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.